All right. The next card you have is your current position coming into the read, and you have the World card. Okay. Now, the World card is amazing. Now, this is a major completion. So for some of you, sorry, these cards are going to be a little loosey-goosey because, like I said, I don't use this deck very often, but it's one of my favorites. All right. The World card is a final completion. Okay. It literally talks about completing a cycle. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't enter a cycle with somebody from the past, but again, you're not rushing into anything with that Hanged Man. The World card talks about abundance. It talks about what path do you want to go on. The world is your oyster. You know, where are you going? Where are we going? What are we doing? You know, what's important to you? Making big choices, making big decisions based on, finally, they're telling me literally, like, finally, Sag, based on something that's going to make you happy and not what's going to make everybody else around you happy. Now, yes, you know, hanging with the family, hanging with the kids is very important, but this is, you know, when your moment emerges, like, take time to appreciate it. So when an opportunity or something comes towards you, this is, you know, a true harmony. This is kind of a magic moment. So don't let any self-doubt, self-criticism, any guilt keep you from having wonderful things you can, even if it's feeling like you're moving on from somebody that you're feeling guilty about, or situations you're feeling guilty about. This is, you know, taking control of your world and where you see yourself going in the next few years. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Knight of Presents, or the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is you have the answers right in front of you. This is talking about making decisions and no more excuses. The Knight of Pentacles talks about, Sag, you know what you want. You know where you're going. Yes, there's something that may be holding you back, especially with the Hanged Man energy. You're not wanting to rush into anything too major without thinking it through. But the Page of Pentacles almost says, you know, wake up, stop daydreaming. Like, what do you want? What does this world look like to you? Go get it. Whatever it is you want. Something else may be holding you back then. The Hanged Man, maybe somebody, or, you know, could be even a job or family member that's holding you back from pursuing your dreams or going where you want. This talks about taking advantage of an opportunity, which is very similar to the world. The world talks about an opportunity that could present itself. So if there's something out there, Sagittarius, be fair and honest to yourself and say no more excuses. If it's something you want, it's something that feels good, then go for it. If you still need time to think about it, then take your time. But there's an opportunity presenting itself to you for sure with these two opening cards. The next card you have is your distant past. Over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout your childhood. You have the Moon card here, which is Pisces card. Again, another Piscean type energy. You could be dealing with Pisces or Pisces in your chart. But the Moon card talks about confusion. So sometime in your past, you didn't take the path that you wanted. In the past, you were too nervous about what lay ahead, even if you knew it was what you wanted or where you wanted to go. And that's why here you're getting the go for it. You know, here's the green light. You can travel through the woods without being scared of what's in front of you, because the Moon card says in the past that you have been maybe neglecting yourself, or not even neglecting yourself, more neglecting yourself. I'm not even using the right words. Not neglecting yourself. What is that? Keeping yourself basically from having what you want, or neglecting your needs, or neglecting opportunities because maybe it wouldn't be fair to somebody else, or maybe, you know, you just didn't feel like it was right timing. And now the universe is bringing this out, saying, now is the time. Don't let the moon confuse you, because the moon is, you know, you're in the woods. The moon is all the light you have, and way far up the path, all you can see is a giant object. And you don't know if that's a bear that can eat your feet. You don't know if that's a boulder you can walk around. You're skeptical, you're unsure, uncertain, but the universe is saying, okay, so stop this, stop that, break the cycle, and start going for what it is you want, regardless of what your family thinks, what your friends think. You know, this isn't about, you know, making everybody else happy. This is about taking opportunities that, you know, don't come your way often, that you really want to take. The next card you have is your immediate past over the past 2 weeks, past month or two. And you have the 5 of Needles to the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords is a fear of victory. It's feeling as though, what you thought you saw or what people were telling you was basically false. So if you're dealing with a past person, they came through, contacted you, and yet it's almost as if they told you what they thought you wanted to hear. Okay. The 5 of Swords is definitely a hard pill to swallow to a certain extent, because this is people telling you what they think that you need to hear. People tell, your family members saying, oh, that's not a good decision, Sag, you shouldn't do that. Or, oh, you should totally take this person back. Or all these different things coming towards you at the same time. And it's hard to operate that way because the energy is being thrown at you. You're feeling guilty, or you're feeling sad, or you can't please everybody. So in essence, it's time for you to really take control and start pleasing yourself. And I'm talking about, obviously you'll take care of your kids and fur babies and those types of things. But the 5 of Swords is an energy that you don't need poking you anymore. You just don't need people who don't have your back, or people who don't support you, or people who don't have your best interest at heart. Because again, this is a bigger picture, and this talks about, deception or sneakiness. So you've been dealing with somebody, it seems like, for a long, long time. And it's almost as if you finally gotten your fill of it, and you've decided, okay, I'm done. The completion is coming with this World card where, again, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And every time we revisit this, it's still not what we thought it was going to be, or what you said it was going to be, or you get my point. The next card you have is your distant future. So this is amazing. It's very interesting. The energy in here was very high when I started to do your read. Before, when I was staging, I had a very, like an epiphany almost type energy in the room. And the star points that out perfectly. The star talks about faith and hope and inspiration and keeping faith alive and inspiring not only yourself, but others. This talks about being the shining star. And it's that cliche, hey, it's the holidays, so let me be cliche. But, you shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you land among the stars. These opportunities that are going to come your way, the universe doesn't always direct us in the way we want, right? We say, universe, I'd like this, and I would like this to happen, and I'm looking for this. And then you end up over here and you're going, well, what the fuck? That's like way off the beaten path of what I really wanted over here. But the star card is you having faith and knowing that you're on the right path. Ultimately, and I just got the chills big time. It's ultimately saying that you have, you're going to be noticing over the next month or two that you're on track in the exact direction that you need to be in right now. And you're going to feel that momentum of faith and hope building and building and building and building. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, next month or two, throughout the month of December, okay? Excuse me. And you have the 8 of Swords, or 8 of Needles. So the 8 of Swords is self-imprisonment. This is what you're trying to get out of. This is what I was talking about with the Moon card, where with the Moon, you're, there's a confusing energy. There's no clarity. And, you're always kind of in the dark about what's going on with you and other people. But here, this is saying, okay, let's not go back to that, Sag, because the 8 of Swords talks about, self-imprisonment, keeping yourself locked up in a situation, or, could even be a home environment or work that is no longer suitable for you, that no longer suits what you're looking for, no longer allows you to attain happiness. And it's something you really need to think of. So over the next few weeks, next month or so, you're going to slowly untangle these vines that you have, that you've imprisoned yourself with. Nobody's forcing you to stay in any situation. You may feel like it. You may feel like, well, this person thinks I should do this, and this person thinks I should do this. But you're going to slowly untangle this and realize that right now, it's okay to be selfish. Right now, it's okay to just say, this is about me and what I want. And when and if the time prevails, I will let somebody back in, or I will find somebody new. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout December. And you have Justice, which is Libra's cards. You could be dealing with a Libra or have Libra placements. Oh, I forgot with the Star. It's Aquarius's card. So same thing. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. But the Justice card coming out is, I love, because this is you balancing again. This is an act of balancing the scales and understanding what is important and what is fair and just in your eyes, and what makes sense to you. So the Justice card talks about making sure that any conclusions you come to, or any decisions you come to, are based on reality and facts, and not this, Five of Swords, fear of victory, defeat, dishonor. This is about, unless you know that you have the truth, or that, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, then it's a duck. You're going to leave your emotions out of things a little bit. You're going to examine the situation fully before you make any decisions. This definitely speaks of somebody kind of sniffing around here, Sag. At first, it's coming out like you have big plans, big opportunities, and you still do. But there's somebody still lurking here. There's somebody still kind of fishing, right? They want to know what you're up to. They want to know and it may be different people, because the Justice card often symbolizes being pulled in several different directions. Your heart's being pulled in several different directions, or your heartstrings are being pulled in several different directions. This can also symbolize marriage. So some of you may have been dealing with a fiance, maybe you were married, maybe divorced, whatever it is. The Justice card is talking about, you don't owe anybody anything, but there's definitely people who want your attention and your time. They're tugging at heartstrings. And I do feel for some of you, it's like twisted up with family, friends, an ex, possibly, maybe a future person or somebody that you've just met. And everybody seems to have an opinion about what you're up to. And really, they need to mind their own business. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. And you have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is very interesting, because the Page of Pentacles is, again, this wake up, sleepyhead, this type of energy, similar to the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is cautious and hardworking and putting the work into it and putting the effort into it. The Page of Presence, or Page of Pentacles, is very similar in the fact that this is the no excuses card. They're both because it goes to Page of the Knight, they're both very similar in the fact that decisions need to be made, and it's almost like people are waiting on bated breath for you, Sag. Like literally, people are waiting, like, what is Sag going to do? Is Sag going to go back with so-and-so? Is Sag moving on? It's like the days of our lives continues. And you have all the answers you need to make the decisions. This may just be the first time in your life you actually make a decision based on what you want instead of what everybody else around you thinks that you should do. Now, you have the Four of Cups coming out as your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. And the Four of Cups talks about apathy, taken for granted, wasted time. So your biggest fear here is, if you do go back to an ex, am I wasting my time? Do I suffer another fear of victory? If I don't go back with an ex and I move forward, will I find this Star card? Will I find this hope and happiness? And will some of you teeter, will I ever find it again? But I would almost rather be alone than to be with somebody who doesn't give it to me straight, doesn't give it to me. I can't get all the answers, and there's no clarity here because they don't give it to me straight, or they don't tell me the truth. So you have a hard time believing in people. And the most important part here is that you believe in yourself. You take this minute to breathe and say, okay, I need to think about this situation. So you're going to be doing a lot of analyzing, but in a really good way. It's going to feel almost very enlightening, because for the first time, you're not going for the first direct, you know what I mean? Like somebody hands you the candy cane and you're not taking the candy cane just because they love you so much, and you're actually thinking about it and going, how many fucking times have we been back here? Like, let me think how many candy canes I have from you. And are they all the same flavor? You get my point. The next card you have is your outcome card. Okay. And you have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a resting place, a happiness, a first completion. So I would love to say that this is, a past energy if that's what you guys are wanting. But this feels almost kind of new, Sag. So some of you really are being pulled in several directions. I feel like there might be some new energy here, something coming in for you big time, because the Four of Wands talks about a family. It talks about a resting place. It talks about happiness. It talks about a first completion. It's almost as if you've cut out an old energy because it was that over again, that dishonor, the defeat. And now the world is at your disposal for going after what you want, completing a cycle, and then starting a new cycle. But you still have fears. Am I making the right decision? The Four of Cups, again, am I going to waste my time? Am I going to get taken for granted? So you have some fears that are holding you back, this moon. But don't. Let this happen. No more excuses. Yes, you can be cautious. The Knight of Pentacles is always cautious. But if your future's the star, then go get it. This Four of Wands is one of my favorite cards in the deck because it talks about going after what it is you want and getting it and succeeding. But it also talks about a happiness, a place of feeling good, with a particular person or situation. It could even be you're moving and you are taking your kids and you guys finally found the place you want, or your fur babies or whatever. But again, this is a happy home, happy resting place, peace and joy. I do feel as though there's a new energy that is either connecting with you, has connected with you, or will be connecting with you shortly that will help that Four of Wands move even deeper into a sense of peace and happiness and resting. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about whether you can trust the situation or not. Then your clarifying cards here, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. The Ace of Pentacles is new beginnings. This is new opportunities, a plethora of new opportunities. It's very good. The Ace of Pentacles is also one of my favorite cards in the deck. So you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, which definitely talks about a new energy coming in. The Ace of Pentacles is new. This is new everything. This is new job, new home, new suitors, new partners, new, again, there's a ton of opportunity in the Ace of Pentacles. You also have the Sun card here. The Sun card is Leo's card, so you could be dealing with a Leo. It represents Leo. Leo's card is strength, but the Sun is often thought to represent Leo as well. So the Sun card talks about solutions and seeing things clearly. So there's going to be, these moments of, aha, this is what it actually looks like when somebody likes you, or this is how somebody treats you when they actually like you, or this is how somebody romances you when they actually want your attention, or this person paid attention to what you said because they remembered that you didn't like some type of food. And so when they got a pizza, they left that topping off. You get what I'm saying? This is somebody saw the signs, sees your value, and goes for it. And I feel like you're going to be feeling very successful with it. It's very interesting now. You have this Three of Pentacles, and I thought that was going to come out, or I saw that type of energy coming out. And then you have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is spark, curiosity, confidence. There's two things going on here, Sag. You know it and I know it. Again, it doesn't have to be lovers, but it probably is. It could be a family member and a partner you're dealing with or something like that. But new comes in and here's old again. Because the Three of Pentacles is a third party situation. Okay, this is three people involved in a situation. It's almost as if the minute something good happens in your life, here comes this person kind of sneaking in, sniffing around, going, hey, Sag, but I miss you. What are you up to? The Page of Wands, though, is spark, curiosity, confidence. You may come down to a decision of this person tells you everything that you've ever wanted to hear, but then you have to wonder, is it because they see you getting cozy with somebody else, and therefore it's not as if they really want to make the effort or try it with you. They just don't want anybody else to have you either. So they don't necessarily know what they want with you. They don't know. They bring that Five of Swords energy back again, possibly. I'm not saying it has to be that way. And you have to decide with this Page of Wands, because part of you is going to be curious. Part of you is going to want to know, what does this ex have to say again? What does this ex, maybe even talk to this person a long time. You cut this energy off because this is past energy. Whole new world, whole new light, no more excuses, move forward, get what you want. And then something from the past comes in. I feel like you're going to be stuck in a very, it's not a terrible situation. I mean, there's nothing wrong with people wanting to love you, but it's the right kind of love, because here comes that communication. Like I said, the Page of Wands is spark, curiosity. Three of Pentacles is the third party. So somebody coming back around almost like immediately after you meet somebody who treats you exactly how you need to be treated. And you may say, oh, well then, Dark Dove, I would never say never, because sometimes there's that connection or that hook with somebody that you just can't quite not text them back, right? And then you have angel aura, which is communication, which says it all. Communication coming in. For a lot of you, I think it may just be, oh, hey, what are you up to? Glad you're doing well. And then boom, you're done. You found something good. For others of you, you still have this connection with this person, and it may not be something that you can resist, as far as at least having some sort of communication with them and seeing what they have to bring to the table. I mean, it's not like at the moment when they come in, you're going to be married and you're going to have kids with somebody and whatever. This feels sooner than later. So the minute you really start getting out there, meeting people, and you may meet a nice one or two people, or people are coming at you from different directions, and then this person circles back around. Just be careful that you're not